Particularly in an age of social media where so many people are getting their information in sound bites and snippets off their phones, if we can't discriminate between serious arguments and propaganda, then we have problems.
That's President Obama this week calling the growing problem of fake news on the internet a threat to democracy. It's been hard to miss websites or social media posts that push made-up, often lurid stories to draw in readers and possibly mislead voters.
Some of the people who create these posts are boasting about it, like one Facebook user who actually claims to have put Donald Trump in the White House, even as Facebook's own Mark Zuckerberg insists the social media site shouldn't be blamed. Joining us to hash this out with more is Dan Ackerman, senior editor at CNET, and Jeff Jarvis, journalism professor at the City University of New York. Guys, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
The president says that the proliferation of these sites makes common conversation almost impossible. To what degree do you think this is going to prompt a review in terms of how some of these social media sites make their money and where they take their information from?
You know, these social media sites, they're built off of user engagement. They're very technologically driven, so they're content agnostic in many ways. So they haven't had to deal with whether something is real or not real or true or not real. They're just looking to engage their users. Now they see there are consequences to that. They're going to have to figure out a way to remain relevant to people and still not, have a disservice happen to like kind of their business interests.
Jeff, where do you think the responsibility lies here in terms of policing this, if it can be policed?
I don't want to see Facebook and Google become the censors and the cops to the world. It's not their job to decide what's fake or real or true or not, but they do have a role, they have a responsibility. We as users have a responsibility too. Sure. Before you pass something on, you know what that's about. So I think what we need to do in media and in the platforms is inform the users better. Before you post something, you might want to see, well, the New York Times looked into that or BuzzFeed looked into that. Right. It's not right. Now, you might still want to pass it on. You might want to make fun of it. That's your free speech right to do, but we need to inform users better. I think we need to provide more information to them.
Dan, it's not just social media, stories pass through social media. The New York Times is also reporting on chat bots, which help circulate and spread misinformation and otherwise confuse folks, right?
And it's interesting because that's one of the big growth areas in terms of technology and AI is figuring out how chatbots can interact with people in an authentic way. But the way we want to do it is for customer service or support or things for that. But people are using that technology now to create these conversations and almost gum up the works with fake news and fake conversation rather than what we should be having, which is real conversations.
Well, so what are Facebook and Google doing at this point to deal with this, or what can they do?
I think that they're trying to get rid of some of the worst accounts, Twitter as well. I just put up a post this morning that talks about 15 ways that we think we can improve the way this works. That includes us in media. Yeah. You know, the problem is we abandon this notion of social media. We say, no, you have to come to our site and watch our show or read our story. So a site like Occupy Democrats, which isn't always fake, it's often very good, just makes memes. They get 100 to 300 million impressions a week. Yeah. Why isn't the New York Times, why isn't CBS there making memes similarly so people can pass this around in their conversations with truth and journalism and facts?
Was there, you know, we hear that there were certain sites that propelled misinformation about Hillary Clinton more than Donald Trump. Was there asymmetry in terms of fake news leading up to the 2016 election?
Well, I think there was, and there was a motivation for it besides just an ideological motivation. It turns out there's an economic motivation, too, because a lot of these people put up these fake news sites just to run, let's say, Google AdSense ads on them, network ads, and they get paid based on the traffic that they get. So you want to make up the news or you know, the fake news that'll get the most engagement, the most shares that you think in your market research is going to do the best with people. And that's how these companies are tackling this. They're tackling it as a technology and a money problem by saying we're going to start cutting off the ads to these fake news sites.
Who are these companies?
You know, a lot of them are just individual guys who figured out a way to churn out fake news and just slap ads on it. If it made more sense for them to put up, stories about cooking or flowers or any other topic and put ads on it, they would do that. They found out fake news is where the money is.
Dan Ackerman, Jeff Jarvis, it's a brave new world. Thanks for your time.